People often ask me, what is the difference between a citizen and a sovereign? What does it lawfully mean to be a living man or woman? Why did I renounce my citizenship and co-create a new kingdom? Why did I change my title from Mr. Martin Kenny to Sovereign King Agua Akbal Zizi of the Pinheiro royal family? Why did I choose to do something as extreme as remove myself from the global system and restart my life outside of it? Well, this is my story. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the world you find yourself in is built on an illusion. Imagine realizing that everything you thought to be sacred and true turns out to be false. The systems, establishments, and authorities you trusted in turned out to be built on deceptions meant to mentally and emotionally enslave you. Now, imagine having to deal with that realization, then trying to share what you have discovered with those closest to you, only to be mocked, ridiculed, and labeled as crazy. Imagine having to wake up every day knowing you are living a lie, but having to somehow pretend and go along with it. Imagine playing this game of make-believe simply because you think and feel you have no other choice. It's all you've ever known, and it's what everyone else you know is doing. The very thought of breaking free from the abnormal cult of society labeled as normal is daunting, to say the least. But as each day passes, the weight of this lie becomes unbearable. And finally, one day, you decide enough is enough. You decide to finally do something about it. But unfortunately, you don't know what. It's near impossible to make a difference when your own livelihood is dependent on the very same thing you are trying to escape from. How does a slave born on a slave plantation leave the plantation when it's all he's ever known? You feel trapped and helpless. At first, all you can do is inspire others, complain or protest on the internet. But it seems hardly anyone is paying attention. Nothing is really changing. In fact, it's getting worse. Most of your friends and family distance themselves from you. You become the weird one in all your social circles. It's a lonely and depressing path you walk. But you choose to keep walking, for there is no going back. You simply cannot unknow what you now know. Then, one day, something beautiful happens. A real solution appears like a rainbow in the middle of a storm. Realize that you cannot fix the problem whilst you are inside the problem. You realize that you playing along is the problem. The greatest act of revolution is simply to say no and walk away. You quit that money grinding lifestyle. You quit that rent and mortgage lifestyle. You quit that bill chasing lifestyle. You quit giving most of your energy away to a system that does not serve your well-being. You leave the matrix and decide to go off grid. You find a plot of land, co-create a self-sufficient community, and begin the process of learning how to live a self-sustainable lifestyle. You start learning how to generate your own power, how to grow your own food, how to source and maintain your own clean water, and be as independent as you possibly can. Before you know it, you and your self-sufficient revolutionary mates are creating your very own little micro-nation. You decide to call it the Kingdom of Pineal. You write a manifesto, tenets, laws, flags, and anthems. You create your own unique clothes and even renounce the slave strawman identity owned by the establishment and create your own new sovereign identities. It's not easy, but you and your new family begin to bond and create a trust based on the common unity and values you share. What began as a little cult community that broke away from the global cult, slowly grows into a self-determined, cultured society. What began as an impossible dream slowly grows into an inspirational reality. Despite all the doubters and haters, you are proud of what you have achieved, especially considering how much more dystopian the global cult you left behind is getting. You are relieved you left when you did, and now you cannot even imagine going back. Once you taste true freedom, you can never be a slave again. Being free, sovereign, independent and self-sufficient, self-determined is so much more soul-fulfilling and purposeful. Your sole purpose in life becomes a mission to inspire as many other like-minded people to do the same. Break free from the systems that don't serve their well-being and start new cooperatives that do, communities that work in common unity. You are finally being the change you wish to see. I am King Agua Akbalzizi of the Pinheiro royal family. I am from the kingdom of Pineal. I am the change I wish to see. Think.